How many times did you wake up last night just to stumble to the bathroom, feeling frustrated and exhausted? Picture this. It's 2 a.m., and once again, you're standing there in the dark, waiting, hoping your bladder will actually empty this time, knowing you'll be back in an hour or two. Your wife stirs as you slip back into bed, and you both pretend this isn't slowly stealing away your rest, your energy, and your peace of mind. Here's the truth most doctors won't tell you, and most men are too embarrassed to admit. Those midnight trips, that frustrating dribble, that feeling like you never quite finish, they're not just about getting older or having a big prostate. You've been led to believe that medication or surgery are your only options, that this is just your new reality. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you what a practicing urologist discovered about the real cause behind these problems, and more importantly, 4 techniques simples que des milliers d'hommes utilisent pour dormir à nouveau toute la nuit. Sans médicaments, sans chirurgie, juste en les appliquant comprendre ce qui se passe réellement dans votre corps. Number 1. The silent struggle that's stealing your life. Robert sits on the edge of his bed at 3:17 a.m., holding his head in his hands. This is the fourth time tonight. His wife Sarah pretends to be asleep, but he knows she's counting too. 23 ans de mariage, et maintenant ce barreau invisible les sépare et les empêche d'avoir une nuit paisible. Who shuffles to the bathroom again, stands there for what feels like forever and barely manages a weak stream. The worst part? He knows he'll be back in an hour. You recognize this story because it's probably yours too. Maybe it started gradually. First, juste une fois par nuit, then twice. Now you're planning your entire day around bathroom locations. You've stopped drinking water after dinner. You've given up your evening tea ritual. You avoid long car trips, movie theaters, and those precious moments with grandchildren at the park. The man who once felt confident and capable now feels betrayed by his own body. Here's what makes this even more heartbreaking. You've been told this is just part of getting older, that your only choices are pills that make you dizzy and kill your desire, or surgery that comes with risks you'd rather not think about. Your doctor hands you a prescription and says, this should help. But deep down, you both know you're just managing symptoms, not solving the problem. You're trading une set de problèmes pour un autre. But what if everything you've been told about why this happens is incomplete? What if the solution isn't about accepting a lesser quality of life or depending on medications for the rest of your days? The truth is, millions of men are discovering that there's another path, one that doesn't require you to choose between your comfort and your vitality. Number 2. The hidden truth about what's really happening down there. For decades, men have been told a simple story. Your prostate gets bigger, it squeezes votre urètre, et c'est pourquoi vous ne pouvez pas vider votre vessie correctement. Casier fermé. Take this pill, schedule this surgery, and hope for the best. But here's what they don't tell you. Some men with large prostates sleep through the night just fine, while others with smaller prostates suffer terribly. The real culprit isn't just the size of your prostate. It's something far more treatable but rarely discussed. Chronic tension in the smooth muscle tissue that wraps around your prostate and bladder neck like a tight fist. Think of it this way. Imagine trying to pour water through a garden hose while someone is squeezing it. The water backs up, comes out in weak spurts, and never fully empties. That's exactly what's happening inside your body. This muscle tension doesn't appear overnight. It builds slowly, triggered by years of inflammation from stress, poor sleep, processed foods, and even the constant worry about your symptoms. It's a vicious cycle. The more you worry about not being able to urinate properly, the more tense these muscles become. The more tense they become, the worse your symptoms get. You're literally trapped in your own body's stress response. Here's the breakthrough that changes everything. When you address the muscle tension and inflammation instead of just focusing on prostate size, something remarkable happens. The tight grip around your urethra relaxes. The backup pressure decreases. Your bladder can finally empty completely the way nature intended. This isn't about shrinking your prostate to the size it was 30 years ago. This is about teaching your body to work with what you have, naturally and effectively. Number 3. L'huile d'or qui change tout. Le mari de Margaret, Tom, avait renoncé à l'espoir. 7 ans de sommeil interrompu, 3 médicaments différents et un urologue poussant à la chirurgie. Then she read about something that seemed almost too simple to work, a single tablespoon of cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil each morning. Tom rolled his eyes, but Margaret ordered a bottle anyway. What do we have to lose? Elle a demandé. 3 semaines plus tard, Tom a dormi toute la nuit pour la première fois en des années. By the second month, he was down to 1 bathroom visit per night. The difference wasn't just in his body, it was in his spirit. The man who had become withdrawn and irritable was laughing again, planning weekend trips and holding her hand during their evening walks. Here's why this works when so many other approaches fail. Pumpkin seed oil contains powerful natural compounds called phytosterols and delta-sitosterols. These work like tiny keys, unlocking the hormonal process that's been making your problems worse. Every day, your body converts testosterone into a more aggressive hormone called dihydrotestosterone. This hormone doesn't just grow your prostate, it inflames the surrounding tissue and tightens those crucial muscles we talked about. The oil blocks this conversion naturally without the side effects of prescription medications, but it does something even more important. It acts as a natural anti-inflammatory and muscle relaxant. It's like giving your prostate area a gentle healing massage from the inside out. The tight grip around your urethra begins to loosen. The constant irritation starts to calm down. Your bladder can finally do its job properly. The key is taking 1 tablespoon of cold-pressed virgin pumpkin seed oil first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. This timing isn't random. Your absorption is highest when your stomach is empty, and taking it in the morning gives it all day to work its magic. By bedtime, your system is primed for a peaceful night. This isn't a quick fix. It's a gentle return to the way your body was meant to function. Number 4. The bathroom technique that changes everything. Frank pensait perdre la tête. He'd stand at the urinal, finish urinating, zip up, and before he could even wash his hands, he'd feel that urgent need again. Sa docteur l'a appelé vide incomplète, mais ce terme clinique ne capture pas la frustration, l'embarras ou la façon dont il était lentement érodé sa confiance. The solution came from an unexpected source, a physical therapist who specialized in men's health. She taught Frank something called double voiding, a technique so simple he initially dismissed it. But désespérante situations appellant à des mesures simples. After urinating normally, Frank learned to pause for 20 to 30 seconds, take 3 deep breaths, and lean his torso slightly forward. Then, amazingly, more urine would flow. This isn't magic. It's basic anatomy working the way it should. When you have prostate issues, that final squeeze that empties your bladder completely gets disrupted. There's always a pocket of urine left behind, trapped by the tension and swelling. That leftover urine is what creates the urgent feeling minutes later. It's also what wakes you up at night, because as soon as you lie down, gravity shifts that trapped urine, triggering your bladder's sensors. The pause and breathing aren't just about waiting, they're about giving your pelvic floor muscles time to fully relax. The forward lean uses gravity to help drain that stubborn pocket of urine that's been causing all the trouble. It's like learning to completely empty a stubborn container by tilting it just right. Frank a commencé à utiliser cette technique chaque fois qu'il urinait, pas seulement quand il se sentait incomplet. Within 2 weeks, his constant urgency disappeared. He could finish using the bathroom and actually walk away confident that he was truly finished. For the first time in 3 years, Frank felt like he had control over his body again, instead of his body controlling him. Number 5. The simple press that ends. Embarrassing dribbles. David's life changed the day he noticed the stain on his light gray pants. He was giving a presentation to his company's board of directors when a colleague discreetly pointed it out during a break. The shame was overwhelming. Here was a successful man, respected in his field, reduced to checking his pants like a child. He started wearing only dark colors and carrying extra underwear wherever he went. The problem David faced has a name: post-void dribbling. Even after double voiding, even after waiting and breathing, there was still urine trapped in the bulbar urethra, the tube that runs under the base of the penis. This leftover urine would leak out as he walked, creating those humiliating wet spots that destroyed his confidence and limited his clothing choices. The solution David discovered is elegantly simple but surprisingly effective. After completing double voiding, he learned to apply gentle pressure with 2 or 3 fingers to the area behind his scrotum. Then slide those fingers forward toward the base of the penis. This motion manually expresses any remaining urine from the bulbar urethra, the same way you'd squeeze the last bit of toothpaste from a tube. This isn't just about preventing embarrassing stains, though that's certainly important. It's about reclaiming the dignity that these symptoms slowly steal away. David est passé de l'éviter les situations sociales à se sentir confiant dans n'importe quel cadre. He could wear the clothes he wanted, sit in meetings without worry, and hug his grandchildren without the constant anxiety about whether he smelled like urine. The technique takes practice to perfect, but most men master it within a week. The key is being thorough but gentle, treating your body with the respect it deserves while taking control of a problem that's been controlling you. David now calls this his insurance policy against embarrassment, but it's really much more than that. It's his daily reminder that he has the power to manage his symptoms naturally and effectively. Number 6. The evening rule that transforms your sleep. Patricia watched her husband Charles set his alarm for 2 a.m., then 4 a.m., then 6 a.m. Not to wake up for work or medication, but to empty his bladder before the urgent pressure became unbearable. Their bedroom had become a time zone of interrupted sleep, and both their health and marriage were suffering. Charles was exhausted during the day, irritable and increasingly withdrawn. Patricia felt helpless, watching the man she loved disappear into a fog of fatigue. The change began when Charles implemented what seemed like the simplest rule: no liquids, fruits, or broths for 3 hours before bedtime. At first he resisted. Sa tasse de thé du soir avait été un rituel pendant 30 ans. His habit of munching fruit while watching the late news felt essential. But desperation made him willing to try anything. Here's why this rule works so powerfully. Your kidneys don't shut down at night, but they do slow down significantly. When you consume liquids in the evening, especially within 3 hours of bedtime, you're essentially programming your bladder to fill up just as you're trying to sleep. Even a small glass of water, a cup of herbal tea, or a few grapes contains enough liquid to trigger nighttime urgency in a sensitized prostate. Charles a découvert que la règle devait être absolue, pas approximative. Just a sip of water still meant a 2 a.m. wake-up call. A piece of watermelon at 8 heures du soir garantit un voyage aux toilettes à 3 heures du matin. But when he followed the rule completely, something remarkable happened. His body began to adjust. His kidneys learned to concentrate urine more effectively during sleep. Sa pression de sa vessie est restée stable toute la nuit. Within 3 semaines, Charles dormait de 6 à 8 heures sans interruption. Patricia a récupéré son mari, reposé et joyeux. Their bedroom became a place of peace again, not a staging area for nightly bathroom expeditions. The 3-hour rule had given them both the gift of restorative sleep, and with it, the energy to enjoy their retirement years together. Number 7. Your complete freedom plan. Eleanor s'assoit face à son mari James à leur table à manger, en regardant lui prendre sa cuillère à soupe du matin d'huile de graines de courge. 6 months ago, she wasn't sure their marriage would survive another year of sleepless nights, constant bathroom stops during errands, and the gradual disappearance of the confident man she married. Today, James is planning a cross-country road trip to visit their daughter, something that would have been impossible just months ago. The transformation didn't happen because of a single miracle cure or an expensive surgery. It happened because James learned to use 4 simple tools together. The daily pumpkin seed oil that calmed his inflammation and relaxed his muscles, the double voiding technique that ensured complete bladder emptying, the 3-hour evening rule that protected his sleep, and the perineal pressure method that eliminated embarrassing dribbles. Each tool addresses a different piece of the puzzle, but together they create something powerful, a natural system that works with your body instead of against it. The oil provides the biochemical foundation, reducing the hormonal chaos that drives prostate problems. The behavioral techniques give you practical control over your symptoms right now, today. The evening rule protects the deep sleep your body needs to heal and restore itself. The most important ingredient in James's recovery wasn't any single technique, it was his decision to be consistent. Prostate tissue changes slowly, whether it's getting worse or getting better. The men who see dramatic improvements are the ones who make these practices as routine as brushing their teeth. They don't wait to feel motivated, they don't skip days when they're busy, and they don't give up after a week or two. This isn't about accepting limitations or managing symptoms for the rest of your life. This is about reclaiming the freedom to sleep through the night, to travel without anxiety, to wear the clothes you want, and to feel confident in your own body again. The tools are simple, the results are profound, and the choice is entirely yours. 6 months ago, you might have thought those midnight trips to the bathroom were just your new reality. That the embarrassing dribbles, the constant urgency, the exhaustion from broken sleep were simply the price of getting older. You'd been told to accept it, manage it, or risk surgery. But now you know different. You've discovered that your body isn't broken. It's just been working against unnecessary tension and inflammation. That simple spoonful of pumpkin seed oil each morning isn't magic, it's science working gently with your natural chemistry. Those behavioral techniques aren't complicated medical procedures, they're your body remembering how to function the way it was designed to. Think about what this really means. Dormir toute la nuit à nouveau. Se réveiller reposé au lieu d'être épuisé. Planning trips sans cartographier chaque salle de bain le long du chemin. Wearing the clothes you want without worry. Feeling confident in your own skin again. These aren't small victories, they're your life back. The most beautiful part? You don't need anyone's permission to start. You don't need prescriptions, appointments, or surgical consultations. You have everything you need to begin reclaiming your comfort and dignity right now, today. Which of these 4 tools resonates most with where you are in your journey? I'd love to hear in the comments below. If this helped you see a path forward, please share it with someone who might need hope right now. And remember, every small step toward better health is an act of self-respect. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. You deserve to feel strong and comfortable in your own body.